All right, going over to India's monsoon gamble, who pays when the rain fail. And in India, the story isn't the crop, it's the credit behind it. India's southwest monsoon is running a 41% rainfall deficit between June 4th and June 18th, with a 64% deficit recorded since June 4th in some readings. Well, the numbers vary by source, but the direction does not. This is shaping up to be India's weakest monsoon forecast since 2015. The APEC Climate Center puts the probability of a strong El Nino at 99.4% for July to December, and IMD's own worst-case scenario floats actual rain near 800 mm against a long period average of 870 mm. Now, here's why markets should care more than the weather page. Well, agriculture is not just exposed, it is leveraged. Agriculture employs 45% of India's workforce, and history shows it contracts roughly 1% in El Nino years versus growing 4.5% in normal ones. A nearly 1-point GDP swing on its own. Now, follow the money downstream. Regional rural banks run about 70% of their credit book in agriculture, the most concentrated exposure in the system. At the inflation channel, food carries roughly 2/5 of CPI weight, so a rainfall shortfall becomes an RBI problem almost immediately. Rate cut hopes versus food price reality, and investors will keep an eye on July-August rainfall distribution, Kharif sowing data, and rural demand proxies such as tractor sales, two-wheeler demand, rural FMCG growth. If those crack before August, restructuring conversations at banks start well before festive season. The monsoon is not a farm story anymore. It is a credit cycle story wearing a weather forecast.